Hello, in this video we're looking at Egenes Sanskrit, lesson 13, and the exercises, Sanskrit to English and English to Sanskrit, on pages 179 and 180. So, sentence number 1, on page 179. Yatra shantis tatra siddhi. Yatra shantis tatra siddhi. Note the sandhi here. Let me call up the iPad. Oops, there we are. Well, first of all, we have the correlatives, the yatra and tatra, where and there. So literally, where peace, there siddhi. The key translates it siddhi as perfection, but of course there's a lot more to it. It's more like the accomplishment, attainment, particularly in a spiritual sense. We have the sandhi. So here, of course, the visarga becomes an S before the following tip, yatra shantis tatra siddhi. And again, note that the verb has been left out, is, it's unnecessary to have it in here. Where peace, there siddhi. Sentence B. Ya mama patnyaha putrikasti sa balatra vasati. Ya, feminine, relative pronoun adjective. She, who. Mama, of me, sorry, of my mama. It's the genitive of aham, mama. Patnya, patni, wife. Genitive singular, patnyaha. So she who my wife's daughter is. Ya mama patnya putrika asti. So putrikasti. Sa balatra vasati. Sa bala atra vasati. That girl lives there. So the girl who is my wife's daughter lives there. So ya, she who of me, genitive of the wife, daughter is, that girl lives there. Sabala atra vasati. So ya mama patnya putrikasti, sabalatra vasati. And again, we see the standard order here, the relative clause. She who is my wife's daughter, or who is my wife's daughter, that girl lives there. Sentence C. Sita sundari nripasya putrikastiti ramo vadati. Sita sundari nripasya putrikastiti ramo vadati. Ramo vadati, Rama says. Sita is the beautiful daughter of the king. Sundari nripasya putrika. We could say Nripasya Sundari Putrika, of the king, the beautiful daughter, but it's more natural in Sanskrit word order to put the adjective first. Sundari Nripasya Putrika. And Putrika Asti Iti, daughter is, end quote, becomes, of course, by Sandhi, Putrika Asti Iti. Sita Sundari Nripasya Putrika Asti Iti Ramo Vadati. Sentence D. Yathashva atra nagachanti Tata nara balasya tatra gachanti. I'll read it again without the sandhi. Yatha ashvaha atra na agachanti tatha naraha balaha cha tatra gachanti. So the correlatives again, yatha and tata, since or because, and tata, thus, for that reason. Yatha, since, ashvaha, the horses, atra na agachanti, ashva atra na agachanti, since the horses aren't coming here, therefore, or so, for that reason, tata, narabalasha tatra gachanti, the men and the boys are going there. Sentence E, Nadin gatva mitre pustakani patataha. Nadin gatva, so Nadin here is the accusative, gatva, having gone. So having gone to the river, Nadin gatva, mitre, mitram, neuter, singular. The dual is dual nominative and accusative. Mitre, pustakani, plural of pustakam, patata. Patata from patati, the ending in taha is the third person dual, they two. So this means the two friends go to the river and read books, or translating more literally, having gone to the river, the two friends read books. Nadin gantwa or gatwa mitre pustakani patata. Sentence F. Oops. Yada sena nripang sevate tada dharmiko nripo jayati. Correlatives, yada, tada, when, then. Yada sena nripang sevate, when the army serves the king, sena, army, yada sena, when the army the king serves, tada dharmiko nripo jayati, then the righteous or the virtuous king conquers or is victorious. Yada sena nripang sevate tada dharmiko nripo jayati. Notice that this verb jayati can be both parasmaipada and atmanepada, both transitive and middle. So you can have jayati and jayate with, in classical Sanskrit, not much distinction, not much, if any, distinction of meaning. The logo of the Republic of India, Satyameva Jayate, not Jayati, Satyameva Jayate, truth alone conquers. Sentence G. Yadi narah siddhim labhate tada sa rishir bhavati. Yadi, sorry, yes, yadi and tada, if, then. So the same sentence order as in English. Yadi narah siddhim labhate, if the man obtains siddhi, tada, then sa rishir bhavati, then he becomes a sage. If this word bhavati, standard meaning, just to be bhavati, he is, it also has the notion of becoming. One word for rebirth, for example, is punarbhava. Being again, literally. So becoming again being, becoming, rebirth. So yadi narah siddhim labhate tada sarashir bhavati. Pause it. Sentence H. Yastasya tirbhavati tasmai balaya kavi katang patati. I'll read it again. Yes tasya tirbhavati tasmai balaya kavi katang patati. Let's break this down. Looking at sentence H. So yes, it's yes, not yah, because it's full of beta. Yes, tasya. I'll write this in Roman script without sandhi. So the person who is his guest. Yes. So tasya, so on its own, tasya atiti bhavati, with sandhi tasya titir bhavati. He is his guest. Tasya atiti bhavati. The person, or he who is his guest, then is without sandhi again, yah tasya atiti bhavati, who his guest is, meaning the person who is his guest. With sandhi, yes tasya titir bhavati, that defines the subject you're talking about, and then the correlatives, tasmai balaya kavih katam patati, to that boy, dative, tasmai balaya kavih, poet, katam patati, reads a story. Patati reads, kata, accusative, katam, a story. So the poet reads a story to the boy who is his guest. Sanskrit, he, nominative, who is his guest. Correlative, to that boy, the poet reads a story. Yastasya tirbhavati tasvai balaya kavi katam patati. Sentence I. Naro mitrena saha sundarim nadim gachati. Naro mitrena sahi sundarin nadim gachati. The man, Naro gachati, goes, mitrena saha, with friend, we'd say in English just with his friend. So the man goes with his friend, an accusative of motion, sundarin nadim. Sundarin nadim. The man goes with his friend to the beautiful river. And sentence J. Yasmad aham agachami tangramam virah smarati. Yasmat aham agachami. Yasmat, from which, aham agachami, from which I come. Yasmat aham agachami. Tangramam virah smarati. The hero Smarati remembers Tangramam, that village. It's just Yasmad aham agachami, from which, literally from which I come. Tangramam viru smarati. This could equally correctly, and possibly even more commonly, be put Yasmad Gramad aham agachami, from which village I come. I'll write it out for you. Yasmad, I'm writing it with correct Santi. Yasmad Gramad Aham Agachami. From which village I come, literally. Then just Tam Viro, Vira Smarati. Written wrong here, should be Vira Smarati. So the second version I've just written, Yasmad Gramad Aham Agachami Tang Vira Smarati. From which village I come, that the hero remembers. Both forms that I've written here are equally correct. Yasmadaham agachami tang gramam vira smarati, or Yasmad gramadaham agachami tang vira smarati. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I meant to pause the recording. We now go to the English to Sanskrit exercises, exercise 2 on page 180. Sentence A. The boy obtains water from the river. In Sanskrit, that would tend to go from the river, water the boy gets. Ablative, nadyaha, water. Jalam, it's a neuter noun anyway. So nominative and accusative are the same. Jalam, the boy obtains, without santi. Balah, labhate. Now, from the river, water. Nadyah, jalam. We've got jalam beginning with a voice consonant, so that just becomes nadya jalam. So the visarga drops. The boy obtains balu labhate. So nadya jalam balu labhate. Sentence B. The wife sees the fruit which is in the pond. Now, what are we going to do here? Reverse the order. Which is in the pond, or which fruit is in the pond? That fruit the wife sees. So, yet palam, which fruit? Vapi is a pond, vapyam, locative, vapyam asti. So which fruit is in the pond? Yet palam vapyam asti, that the wife sees. Tat patni pashyati. And as usual, you could put the word fruit, the identifying word, in the correlative in the second part of the sentence. So you could say, Yed vapyamasti, which, now unidentified, which is in the pond, yed vapyamasti, tat palam patni pashyati, that fruit the wife sees. Both equally correct. So, yed vapyamasti, tat palam patni pashyati, or yed palam vapyamasti, tat patni pashyati. Sentence C. Having obtained a garland, our guest goes to the village. So, having obtained, labdva, root lab, and by internal sandhi, lab plus toi, which otherwise it would be, lab plus toi, becomes, it all kind of mixes in together, labdva, 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 labdva. So, malam labdva, having obtained a garland, our guest, asmakam atiti, goes to the village, gramang gacchati. And with sandhi, malam ladva smakamatir gramang gacchati. Malam labdva smakamatir gramang gacchati. The guest atiti gramam. So we've got this I here before the voiced consonant, so that becomes ir, followed by the g. Atitir gramang gacchati. Sentence D. He lives like a king when his wife serves him. So in Sanskrit, we'd have to put relative, correlative here. When his wife serves him, then he lives like a king. So it can go, these are two alternative sentence orders, both equally correct in English. He lives like a king when his wife serves him, and when his wife serves him, then he lives like a king. But it's the second one, when his wife serves him, then he lives like a king, correlates, or corresponds, I should say, uh, exactly to the Sanskrit order. So, yada tasma, sorry, tasya patni tam sevate, when his wife serves him, tada, and without sandhi, saha nripa iva vasati. Without sandhi, yada tasya patni tam sevate, tada saha nripa iva vasati. So, nripa iva, like a king. And with sandhi, yada tasya patni tam sevate, tada sanripa iva vasati. Remember this sandhi, like a king. So you've got the ah followed by an I. What happens? Just the visarga drops. Nripa iva. Yada tasya patni tam sevate, tada sa nripa iva vasati. Sentence E. Sita, who is the wife of Rama, obtains fame on earth. So we'd put it, she who is the wife of Rama, or just in English we'd have to say she who. In Sanskrit, just who, feminine form. Ya corresponds to she who. We say, who is the wife of Yama? The wife of Rama, she so and so. Ya Ramasya Bharya Bhavati, who, meaning she who, Ramasya Bharya Bhavati, is the wife of Rama. Sa Sita, that Sita, Bhumau Kirtim Labhate. Sa Sita, that Sita, Bhumau, locative of Bhumi, Bhumau, Kirti, fame, reputation, Kirtim Labhate, gains fame, gains a good reputation. So, Ya Ramasya Bharya Bhavati, Sa Sita, Bhumau, Kirtim Labhate. And we have the Vimalakirti Sutra. So this is in the name of a bodhisattva, I think. Vimala Kirti. Vimala. Mala, stain, dirt. Vimala, stainless, spotless. So Vimala Kirti, spotless reputation, unblemished reputation, unblemished fame. Sentence F. The virtuous king sees the boy who is coming. So, in Sanskrit, we say, which boy is coming? without Sandhi, Yaha Balaha Agachati. With Sandhi, Yo Bala Agachati. Remember the ah, short vowel ah, with Visarga followed by any other vowel apart from another short ah. The Visarga simply drops. So Balaha Agachati becomes by Sandhi Bala Agachati. And the yah, of course, becomes yo before the voice consonant, yo bala. So yo bala agachati, which boy is coming? Tang dharmiko nripaha pashyati, him the virtuous king, the righteous king, sees. Yo bala agachati, tan dharmiko nripaha pashyati. Sentence G. The student, having thought, asks the poet about the river. Remember, if you ask somebody about something, you put both of them in the accusative, both the thing you're asking about and the person that you're asking. So without sandhi, the student having thought, shishya matva, from the root man, the n drops in the absolutive man matva. The n also drops in the past participle, which is where you get mata, not manta, but mata. Same as gam, gata, man, mata. Shishya matva, the student having thought. Prichati asks, put that at the end. Nadin kavim prichati. Literally, the river the poet asks the poet about the river. So that goes with sandhi. Shishyo matva nadin kavim prichati. Sentence G. That beautiful wife lives without suffering. That's fairly straightforward. In fact, there's no sandhi to be applied in the sentence at all. Sa sundari patni, that beautiful wife, sa sundari patni, without suffering lives. Dukkena vina vasati. Sa sundari patni, dukkena vina vasati. Sentence I. Ignorance is like a shadow for the man who sees. In Sanskrit, we say, which man sees, for him ignorance is like a shadow. So it's the man who's doing the seeing, so that's the nominative. Without sandhi, yah, naraha, pashyati. With sandhi, yo naraha pashyati. For him, tasmai, ignorance, avidya, shadow, chaya, like iva. So chaya iva without sandhi, it becomes chayeva with sandhi. Bhavati is. So for the man, so which man sees, the man who sees, yunara pashyati, for him ignorance is like a shadow. Without sandhi, tasmai avidya chaya iva bhavati. With sandhi, remember ai, tasmai followed by another vowel, become just tasma. So tasma avidya. So tasmai avidya becomes oisanti tasma avidya. Tasma avidya, and chaya iva by sandhi becomes chayeva. So altogether with sandhi, yunaraha pashyati tasma avidya chayeva bhavati. Once more, yunaraha pashyati tasma avidya chayeva bhavati. And then the last sentence in the exercise. When the daughter of the king comes, then the subjects stand. Word order pretty much the same, or the order of the clauses, the correlative and the correlative, so relative and correlative, the same as in English. When the king's daughter comes, then the subject stands. So yada nripasya putrika agachati, nripasya of the king, putrika daughter agachati, then tada prajaha tishtanti, and with santi prajas tishtanti. This is the feminine noun ending in an a, so praja, literally progeny, and it can be used in the plural when you're talking about individual people rather than progeny in general. So it becomes praja in the plural. So praja tishtanti, and then by santi the visarga becomes an s before the following ta, so prajas tishtanti. Yada nripasya putrika gacchati tada prajas tishtanti. Note the santi here. Putrika agachati. These, the final a and the initial a, the next, merge into a single long a. Putrika gachati. This, of course, can give rise to an ambiguity because once you have applied sandhi to putrika agachati, it is not spelt in Devanagari, nor is it pronounced any different from putrika agachati. It's spelt the same, it's pronounced the same, simply because of the merger of the final long R with the preceding long R. So if you just see on its here on its own or see written on its own, putrika gachati, then you, sorry, it's certainly, if it's pronounced on its own, I should say, putrika gachati, then there would be an ambiguity. Does it mean putrika agachati or putrika gachati? In writing it, of course, if you're writing putrika gachati, applying the santi, you have to write it in Devanagari with just the one a and part of the same word, as you have seen written in the key. So putrika gachati. So this a here is from the merger putrika agachati. Where, however, in writing, you would separate the words. If it's just putrika gachati, putrika, and then a new word. So in the writing, it would be distinguished by the word division, 2 words. In speech, it would not be distinguished, and therefore in speech an ambiguity could arise. Right, that's it on this video.